Shall we log out and do it again?
Now work, be ready.
Yeah.
And Nada will tell that also.
Irmina, I'm unable to share the screen.
Yes.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everyone. I, Dr. Snigdha Kadam, Chief Operating Officer, Academics Global Director, IIU Research Center India of the International Internship University, welcome you all on the day 2 of the training sessions of the International Internship University. It takes an immense pleasure for me to welcome you all this beautiful evening. Before we proceed for the training session, I would like to speak about the International Internship University. International Internship University is the first global virtual internship university providing quality, skill-based, affordable, accessible, and location-independent education to all the learners across the globe. IIU is a leading virtual education system and global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide, well reputed in delivering innovative programs. Globally, it is trusted name for quality training programs and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. IIU has been accredited and affiliated with the World Education Organization and International Accreditation Organization, and it's providing the courses through the platform of massive open online courses with the aim of promoting internship opportunities and research facilities to the learners across the world. IIU is an amalgamation of traditional education methods and modern scientific technology. International Internship University is a metamorphosing the conventional education system by cutting down the additional cost and providing access to more than 1,000 plus courses and internships to its learners across 195 countries, 6 continents, with a team of 1,000 plus high caliber and experienced educators. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries and 6 continents under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit sir, a committed and inspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to the students from various social and cultural backgrounds. IIU is the unique hub of education and knowledge. 4 councils by IIU are namely International Council of Educators, International Student Development Council, International Youth Development Council, Women Entrepreneurs Council. All the 4 councils have the educators, students, youths, women entrepreneurs, ambassadors across the world. The main objective behind the councils is to provide support in every respect to the students, youths, progressing women entrepreneurs, educators by providing all the opportunities to them. Dear audience, IIU is coming up with the biggest knowledge exchange program, WICUP. All the students are invited to be a part of it. IIU have started the membership drive for the International Student Development Council. So the registrations are open. Contact us soon for the same. One more exciting news. No, there are 2 more exciting news. We are coming up with Global Academic Excellence Award 2022 only for the IIUNs and Best Global Principal Award 2022 for all the worldwide principals. Do not forget to register yourself. We salute your dedication and exemplary contribution to the education. Yes, IIU is the change. IIU brings the change. IIU is the revolution in the education. IIU will help to change your life to achieve your dreams. Now, the today's topic of the training is how can mathematics be made interesting? Mathematics is an area of knowledge that includes such topics as numbers, formulas, related structures, shapes, the spaces in which they are contained, quantities and their changes, Mathematics is the science and study of quality, structure, space, and change. Mathematicians seek out patterns, formulate new conjunctions, establish truth by rigorous deduction from appropriate chosen axioms and definition. It provides an effective way of building mental discipline and encourages logical reasoning and mental rigor. In addition, mathematical knowledge plays a very crucial role in understanding the content of school subjects such as science, social studies, music, and art. Now, why students fear from mathematics? Yes, we all, being the educator, we always find that in a class of 100, 50% of the students, they do not like the math as a subject. Now, what is the reason behind that? Let's have a look on that. Because of the lack of positive attitude, lack of valuing mistakes, inappropriate method of teaching, lack of connection between the student and the subject, lack of handling the pressure, lack of attention, low IQ, lack of understanding of signs and symbols. Yes, signs and symbols are very, very important in mathematics. They may not have a very good mathematics teacher. Then they do not have a confidence, strengthening the basic skills, appropriate guidance, different methods and approaches. You all know in a mathematics, a one particular sum can be solved using different methods. That may create a fear in their mind. So making math exciting and creative is a job of every educators and encouraging the students to make their own notes. Yes, mathematics seems to be like a nightmare to the most of the students. No, that's the only reason why the many students disengage from learning mathematics. No. So let's look into it in detail. They do not understand the subject well. They find it very difficult. Sometimes in mathematics, the instructions are not very clear. There are poor instructions. Demand of more time to grasp. Mathematics is a subject which cannot be learned or which cannot be by hearted. They have to understand the concept, then only they can solve it. It takes lots of time and energy. There are more complex concepts with a shaky foundation. It is a very abstract subject. As math become more advanced, challenging, it is difficult to do. It requires lots of practice. The way math is traditionally taught reinforces the idea that it is an innate talent. It requires lots of memorization. Some students dislike math because they think it's a dull. They don't get excited about the numbers and formulas the way they get excited about history, science, languages, or other descriptive subjects. They see math abstract and irrelevant figure that are difficult to understand. They do not experience sufficient time to get maths lesson and fall behind as the teacher moves on. In a class of 60 students, the teacher hardly gets 25 to 30 minutes to explain the concept. So teacher is not able to focus on the concept very well. So that's the reason they have to rush to complete the decided curriculum. So for many students, math is a subject where they simply memorize concepts and formulas without really understanding them. Yes, it's a fact. Many find that they do not know how to solve them because they don't have the problem solving skills. They need to tackle new problems. It takes time and practice to understand math. Without that practice, students can have a hard time keeping up with what they are learning. Now let's have a look on which are the four pillars upon which the failure of the maths education rests. The first point is, or the first pillar is, the approach of math education is too abstract and decontextualized. Second pillar, the maths education conveys rituals, procedures, but not understanding. Pillar 3, metacognitive activity is absent in math. Pillar 4, socio-linguistic obstacles to success in mathematics. Now, educators play a very, very important role while teaching mathematics. They should be a master of math, which takes a lot of efforts with proper skills and ongoing practice. The biggest challenge for a maths teacher is capturing each student's attention and conveying ideas effectively enough to create a lasting impression. As a teacher, to tackle this challenge effectively, maths teachers should implement innovative ideas that make the classroom experience much more lovable for your students. Teacher cannot only just rely on the textbooks or other reference books. Innovative methods should be used by the teacher. Any math educator should master the three types of knowledge: content knowledge, pedagogical content knowledge. Now, the educator should always welcome new ideas. The ideas may not be every time from the side of the educator, but if the child comes with some innovative ideas, that has to be accepted. So open-minded attitude can help maths teacher in innovating new teaching methods. Though you might claim to be open-minded, it's a human nature to resist change. Evaluate yourself and ensure you try out new ideas in the classroom. Every time teacher should not use the ideas from the Google, but teacher can use day-to-day examples to teach the mathematics in the class. So connect math to the real life stories. Show your child how math relates to real world scenarios in order to spark his or her interest in the subject. You can also point out how math plays a part in everyday life, like when totaling up groceries, telling time, go to the shopkeeper, or there are many things which can be done by the children in the class. Or you can give them a simple exercise which is related in the classroom scenarios. How can maths be made interesting? Now let's have a look on this. Non-conventional techniques of teaching that will be capitative, motivating towards greater learning. Every institute should have a mathematics lab, and a math lab should be comprised of the very interesting instruments. For example, teaching a concept of a cylinder. No need to put a cylinder, but a cylindrical object that the child is using in day-to-day life can be put over there. While teaching the concept of the quadrilaterals, rectangle, square, teacher can show the objects that are present in the class itself, their own desk, their wall, their window. The abacus should be the integral part of the curricular from the lower grades. Now, what is the abacus? The abacus, as you all know, is nothing but the calculation on the beads. Initially, children will be taught how to do the calculation on the beads, which can be implemented by them later on to calculate mentally addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And it will help children in a better manner if we teach them the abacus from the age group of 6 years itself. Simple techniques in Vedic maths should be adopted to deliver curriculum. There are many techniques in the Vedic maths to perform the multiplication, addition, division. If we teach the children, it will help them. Let us give one small example. The square of the number 25. They can consider it 5 in the digits or units place. So there are simple ways. 5 square is 25. The number in the tens place is 2. The next number after 2 is 3. So 2 3s are 6. So answer comes 625. So see, these basic Vedic maths concepts should be taught, though it's not included in the curriculum. Use playway method, dramatization, hand-on experience. I feel dramatization can be used while dealing with the word problems in equation, in algebraic expression, in simultaneous equations. Use of easily available teaching aids in the classroom. Quiz games. While doing the recapitulation at the end of the lesson, teacher can use these techniques to understand how much the lesson has been grasped by the student. Storytelling methods. Rhythmic tone to learn tables, conversations, formula. We can teach our children tables and other formulas using some music. So when the children listen to the musical concept, they understand and learn it in a better way. Focus on problem solving. List the issues that you think your students are facing, struggling and learning in mathematics. There can be a group of students who are unable to do without carrying addition effectively in the class. So make the classroom arrangement in such a manner that they can help each other. Unleash students' potential through creative math, inspiring messages, innovative teaching. Creative activities to make math sparkling. Enhance children's understanding of mathematical ideas and vocabulary. Explore new delivery methods. Develop deep conceptual understanding of the student. Connect math to real life experience and situations whenever possible. Inquiry learning is must. Engage students before, during, and after the class. Give them some exercise. You have to always inform them. So whenever you have a math period, and if your educator or a teacher will enter the class late, give them some exercises to be done. So before the entry of the teacher in the class, the children will be into that flow of learning the mathematics. Mathematical problem solving, reasoning, creativity, critical thinking, communication, effective use of teaching aids. Encourage the children to use their own fingers or manipulatives or whatever else might be handy for problem solving. Use a variety of strategies, use of technology. Dear audience, I will tell you the digital technology will help the children to understand the mathematics in a better manner. Okay, so digital cameras to record children's mathematical work in their play and in planned activities. Then you can use the photographs to aid discussions, reflections with the children, curriculum planning, communication with the parents. Use computers wisely to mathematize situations and provide individualized instructions. Use assessment to measure children's mathematics learning. Instead of assessing the children on the termly basis or quarterly basis, after every particular lesson or chapter, if the child will be assessed for mathematics, as an educator, we get to know how much the child would have understood the particular chapter. Use observations, discussion with the children, small group activities to learn about children's mathematical learning and to make informed decisions about what each child might be able to learn from future experience. Online assessment should be effective in few cases. Mathematics education needs a makeover. Optimize classroom time for conceptual as well as contextual learning. How can math be made interesting? Let's have a blended learning approach, an approach that combines face-to-face instructions with technology, emphasizing customized learning. The blended learning is a term increasingly used to describe the way e-learning is being combined with the traditional methods and independent study, create a new hybrid teaching methodology, group teaching, peer help, etc. Math demands creativity, collaboration, and discussions more than memorization, drills, and just hurrying to get right answers. Bloom taxonomy, the revised Bloom taxonomy, from lower level thinking to the higher level thinking. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. It has to be implemented while teaching mathematics. New framework, new paradigm, re-examining the structure of the curriculum, explore innovative delivery methods. We need to redesign our math courses to clearly build on complementary skill and emphasize the interrelatedness of algebra, statistics, physics, geometry, engineering, etc. Memorable and meaningful learning experience, cooperative learning, experiential learning, collaborative learning, immersive learning, blended learning, problem-based learning, inquiry-based learning. Stimulating classroom environment. A classroom environment that is well decorated, fun, engaging will help stimulate a student's mind and will help think and learn better. Such a creative and stimulating environment will certainly help them to explore and will encourage them to learn about the subject in depth. An environment that positively impacts the students is beneficial for educators as well in the effective teaching learning process. Puzzles and games. Learning is a fun only when puzzles and games are a part of education. If the teacher will teach continuously for 30 minutes, no child will be attentive in the class. So that's the reason teacher should use the games, puzzles, maximum whatever is possible from the her side. Children may not require taking conscious efforts when their lessons are introduced through games. Puzzles and games will help the children to think pretty creatively and face the challenges. Problem-based learning in mathematics, which is a very, very effective tool for developing students' conceptual knowledge. Many students are lack of deep understanding of math subjects. So problem-based learning is an approach not only to build math understanding, but also to test students' conceptual knowledge. Teacher find it difficult to develop a real life book for the students to work through problem solving independently. But problem-based learning requires teachers to present students with multifaceted real life problems and act as a facilitator, supporting students in organizing their own learning. Flipped classrooms, classroom makeover to engage learners, which is a very, very effective way to convey mathematics in a better manner. Bit-size learning, micro learning. Instead of teaching the whole chapter together, the teacher can taught the particular concept, revise it, give them assessment, and understand how much they have understood. This is the process of learning through short, digestible, and well-planned units. Now, to make math interesting, the very, very important thing is we have to change or we have to add the new framework to the conventional approach. Now, the conventional approach was problems, 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 and only connection to the real world. But the new framework is nothing but the number theory, calculus, probability, statistics, algebra, connection to the other subjects. Let your children be introduced with the various branches of mathematics. Let them select the branch that they like. Let them explore. Let them discover that particular branch. So I think as an educator, it is a responsibility of each one of us to make math interesting, innovative, and fun-filled subject. I hope my today's training session, though it is only for some time, will help you to make your class more engaging during the maths period. Thank you. Thank you so much, IIU, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Once again, I express my heartfelt gratitude, the management, core team, and the founder of the International Internship University, Mr. Piyush Pandit, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.